nights. I forget how many days we were on the water.
Do you remember where you landed? In Morocco?
I don't know. We didn't go anywhere. You went out with two or three because you didn't know everybody had a white sheet on, and you didn't know what they were and what they were up to. We didn't go too far, and we didn't drink, and we left there. We got on a British ship. They took us up the coast, further up north into Italy, to a port there.
So you weren't in North Africa that long?
No.
You didn't see action in North Africa?
The action had moved up further in Italy. In Naples, a kid from Navarro and I found a family, a man and a woman. They had a daughter, same age as my daughter. They had no food, no carpeting. Everything was like concrete or stone. They had a little bin for cooking or whatever. We would eat our dinner with our mess kits. And then we would fill them up, both sides of the mess kit, and take the food back to this family.
In Naples?
Yeah. And we drank a little wine in Naples. Wasn't the greatest, we found out as we went further north after we went on getting back to the Navy ship, or Navy, the British ship. It was filthy. All you smelled was beets and tea, and it was not clean, and we had to go back to our canned rations, which was pork and beans.
Do you remember where you sailed from and to on that ship?
Out of Naples.
Out of Naples?
I'm getting a little confused.
It's okay.
But anyhow, when we landed, then they needed replacement up north.
So, can I ask you, what was your specific job in the Army? Were you?
I was in the infantry, and in basic training, the M1 rifle they gave you, wherever you went, that M1 was with you. You slept with it. You ate with it. You went wherever you had to go. If you went to the bathroom, that was beside you. You didn't go anywhere.
So I saw on the biographical form you filled out, you mentioned a BAR.
Yeah, that was a good rifle too.
So
that was heavy, heavier than what the M1 was. And
that's what I hear. Everybody who says they had a BAR said that's the first thing they say. It was heavy.
And then they showed us on the mortar shot. That was another piece of ammunition.
So so you went north in Italy.
Yeah. I don't remember where we landed to get on ground, and then when the divisions up north or further north needed troops, we were the replacements. And like I said,
so were you involved at Anzio? Do you know if you landed at Anzio at all?
Some of this is...
It was a long time ago.
No kidding.
Yeah.
But I teamed up with Rodriguez. He was from Texas, Spanish. And when we were called up to this 10th Mountain Division, Captain Luther, he was an All-American college football player from the University of Nebraska. He was a big guy. And 10th Mountain were ski troopers and mountain climbers. And Rodriguez and I were sent up to the 10th Mountain to be interviewed. And Captain Luther didn't want us because we were married, had families. And then Rodriguez went on his Spanish spiel, and Captain Luther didn't give a damn what he heard from Rodriguez. And finally we convinced if anything was going to happen to us wherever we were, it was going to happen. It was in God's hands. Anyhow, finally Captain Luther accepted us. And we had a great time. We went on patrols, 12 men. And if you were going to sneeze, you better put your finger up against the bottom of your nose so if you're on patrol, you don't want them Germans to fly it, and that would stop the sneeze. No coughing, naturally no smoking, but
These night patrols or day patrols?
night. Yeah, it was night. And then in February, we went on a big push, and we caught hell.
This is in, you're talking about being in central Italy now.
Yeah, and we were in the mountain, out Belvedere.
Is this near a casino?
I don't remember that part, but there was we had a kid alongside of me. He was calling for his mother. I'll tell you, it was years after that I could forget hearing that kid and to relay the mass, talk up to Captain Luther that we had been wounded. I got shot in the butt, up the thigh. And the rest of us. Anyhow, daylight came. Captain Luther was dead. Blowing a couple more officers. We caught hell that night.
Was it mostly arms fire or was it mostly artillery?
Mostly arms. I don't know what happened because we were scared, and I don't give a damn who you talk to. They can't say they weren't scared. They were scared, and then they got us to the hospital, do the first aid, and the surgeon was from Chicago, come out the next morning. And he said to me, "You're one lucky man." He said, the bullet went straight through, came out, missed your artery, and missed the bone. And then the nurse has taken out the stitches, and I didn't feel a thing because I was more focused on that surgeon. I don't remember his name, but he was great, and he leveled me. And then went back to the division. And
How long, do you remember about how long you were out of action?
went from the hospital to rehab for a week. There was a guy from Trenton, was the cook, out of this world. He was like being back at Fort Meade. I thought, this guy's got to be a little off the rack too, as he could make brownies. I'll never forget that guy. But, and then, went back and we had different officers. And then Bob Dole was signed to us. He was out of the officers training. We called them 90-day wonders. Everything was by the book. Bob Dole came in and told the sergeants, we're going to do what you've been doing. I'm not going to look at the book. And the sergeants did everything they could to help him. And then we had howitzers, 105 howitzers. We were bivouacked near them. And the Germans knew where they were. And we knew where the Germans were, and we knew where the 105s were, and they were powdering us. And then we went on another push. And Bob Dole got wounded very bad. We carried him, four of us carried him back to a first aid station. Sergeant Goosecheck. He was from, afterwards he was from English County, became the mayor there and had a chicken and egg farm. Great guy, Jewish. Oh, and an order came down. If the Jewish were in combat, they could be sent back where it was safe for them. And Goosecheck had his vocabulary, and he didn't go back. He stayed with his men, and he was a great guy, great sergeant. He detailed orders to carry Bob Dole back to the aid station. That's not the way it reads in Bob Dole's book that he wrote.